So good to see you all here, suffering through the heat with us. It shows the spirit of this community. I want to thank, of course, Commanding General Eric Wesley, Garrison Commander Clinton Cox, their staffs, the Chamber of Commerce, including Brian Anderson and Gary Jones, and other members of the Centennial Committee, including our own Deputy City Manager, Lisa Goodwin, for pulling together this kickoff event. I also want to take a moment to recognize the elected officials who are with us here today to celebrate. Kathy Burns, who's here from Senator Perdue's office. Kathy, please stand. As I call for you all, please stand so people can recognize you. Elaine Gillespie with Congressman Sanford Bishop's office. We have Councilor Judy Thomas with the Columbus City Council. Councilor Pops Barnes, Columbus City Council. Councilor Bruce Huff is here with us as well. We have former Mayor Bob Podesheff. We have our District Attorney, Julia Slater. School Board Member, Kia Chambers. City Manager, Mr. Isaiah Hughley. State Representative, Calvin Smyrie. We also have with us our School Superintendent, David Lewis, and our Chief of Police, appointed Chief of Police, Ricky Boren. If I have missed anyone, please stand. Well, let's give them a round of applause, folks, for being here. A 100 years ago, the leaders of this community saw a vision that married the strategic interest of the nation with the local betterment of Columbus, Georgia, and the Southwest Georgia region. Their efforts have resulted in hundreds of thousands of well-trained troops over the decades being fielded around the world to restore peace and encourage freedom from oppression. The training these soldiers received has reduced casualties in battle, improved effective, positive mission outcome, and built leaders who have gone on to become generals, elected officials, business owners, trained and loyal employees, business owners, law enforcement officers, firefighters, valued members of communities across the country. They are our ever-serving heroes. The Fort Benning Maneuver Center of Excellence is the finest military training base in the world, and it sits in a community that honors and respects it. You know, when I first took office back in 2011, we had just completed the 2005 BRAC. We had just completed the transition of the Armor School to Fort Benning. And so, of course, as we were becoming accustomed to this new mission of the base that's part of our city, we were having a little bit of growing pains. There were some nighttime maneuvers, some shaking of the earth we weren't quite used to. And so we had a forum, and of course, Fort Benning had their officials there to hear firsthand how we might be able to come together and grow in this new and exciting mission. What was most impressive about this is that one of those who was most affected stood up and said, you know, these are the sounds of freedom, and I want to know how I can support our community and the mission of Fort Benning. And that, folks, shows that the people of Columbus, Georgia have from the beginning seen Fort Benning as an enhancement to our community. We understand our combined mission. Not only is Fort Benning a major economic driver for this region, but also its soldiers and their spouses are our T-League coaches, our teachers, our volunteers, our soon-to-be beloved retirees, our neighbors. In these 6.5 years as the proud mayor of Columbus, Georgia, I have had the pleasure of working with 4 commanding generals and 5 garrison commanders including their command staffs and colleagues. These are truly some of the greatest leaders, some of the finest people I have ever had the privilege to know. And it is also my privilege to celebrate this moment of historic reflection and accomplishment with them. 100 years ago, a handful of visionary Columbus, Georgia citizens saw the possibility of what might be. They took a leap of faith, put their shoulder to the grindstone, and made that vision a reality. As a result, our nation's military and community missions were married and enhanced. One force, one fight, indeed. One force, one fight, one community. Congratulations to our friends at Fort Benning on this important milestone that truly has shaped a community. Thank you all for being here.